Alright, on today's video, we are going to be using the power of Photoshop to Photoshop Rubik's Cubes into sports images, like a yeet ball as a basketball. So let's get into this video. Alright, so for the our first Photoshop, I guess you could say, we're going to be using this T round, and we're going to be using it as a hockey puck. And we're also going to put a couple cube pictures in the back of people holding Rubik's Cubes. So first we're going to need to start by this isn't a tutorial, but what I'm going to start doing first is I'm going to mask this out, or just get rid of the background. So we're just going to push select mask, and it'll just automatically select for you, but you can just touch it up a little. As you can see, I don't want that background in there. It's really all I don't want. Alright, so now that I've got that out of the way, we can now open that window back up, and we're going to zoom out, and we're just going to place this so that it looks natural in the picture. We're just going to downsize it a little bit, make it look nice so that it can fit into there, and that looks pretty nice. Now the next step, we're going to need to shade it, because it looks really weird right now. There's different lightings going on and it looks really weird. So we're going to put some shadows, a bit of highlights, because that would look pretty weird. So I just like using hue and saturation setting on Photoshop, and we just take our brush tool. It's a bit hard to set up though. We're just going to take our brush. We gotta change the color and settings so that so that it only affects one layer. But I just found these two images. They're really nice for the cubes. Yeah. So now I couldn't figure out how to work it. It doesn't work that well sometimes. But first we're gonna start off with removing that logo right there. We are gonna erase all of that so that we can put something else there. So we are going to just use our clone stamp tool, which allows you to stamp a certain color and then paint that color anywhere else. So it's really nice for erasing pictures, but it doesn't always work. It has to be like one color or a certain pattern that will happen over and over again. And again, we just got rid of that. And now we're gonna insert a Speed Cube Shop logo right there. I just like how it matched up. I couldn't find just like a long logo like that looked good. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. And as you can see, that looks pretty good. I really like those two cubes in the background, so just like kind of little Easter eggs. The shading on that, it's fine. I don't really like it actually. Alright, so for this one, we have the Chi gear ball. I think it was Chi that made it. And we're gonna use it as baseballs because they kind of look like baseballs. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna start off by again masking out the ball so that we don't have the background, and then it would just look really weird. So now we're gonna have to again just place this image where we want it, just so that I can have an idea, so I can make a second mask over there of the hands, just so something to go over it, just like how I did there. Now we're gonna start shading it again. Grab my brush tool, just put the settings on there. And actually, I'm not going to use that cube. I was going to put it somewhere, but I didn't really like it anywhere. I couldn't find a good place for it. It didn't look that good anywhere. Alright, and now this, I really like this one. It actually looks like that's how it's supposed to be, and it actually looks pretty good. So let's get on to the next one. This next one is soccer. So I actually found this Moyu rainbow ball. It's kind of where you push those two things in, and it looked exactly like a soccer ball, except the black things on soccer balls are pentagons. And I just found that Rubik's Cube pattern in the background so that we can overlay that trophy on there, have a background instead of that boring white background. So first, again, as always, we will start out by masking out our trophy, just removing the background again. So you just do that, and it'll automatically select it for you. It's really nice about Photoshop. It has a lot of like automatic stuff built into it, Now we have that background in it, and it actually looks pretty good. So now I have masked out the top, the ball, so that we can insert our rainbow ball. And there we go. I have it masked out. I skipped that part because it's kind of boring after a while, all that masking. And we're just going to put it right behind the trophy and resize it so that it looks good. And I really like that. Now it says free and unlimited text because this was like a product. You can design your own trophy, I guess. So we're going to take our clone stamp tool again, and we are going to hide that text. All right, we got that text hidden. But now I found this WCA logo, and I thought it would look really nice right in that circle on the center of the trophy. So I'm going to resize that, but I don't really like those, I don't really know what those textures are. That looks really weird. So we're going to use our lasso tool and get rid of that. Doesn't look that good, but it's going to be hiding it up. It was better than before. And we got that. So now we're going to add some text here because, yeah, we need some text there. So we're just going to put 3 seconds. I don't know why I chose that. I don't know, because the rainbow ball is in a WCA event, but whatever. And that looks really nice. I really like how this one turned out. And actually ended up adding some shadows. I didn't get that on camera though. And that looks really nice. I really like this one. It's like a nice trophy. And maybe one day it could become a real trophy. For our next one, we have football. So I have that Meffert's egg cube that they made for Easter one year. I don't really know much about it though. And then we have the Super Bowl trophy, and we're gonna just insert the Meffert's egg cube. And if you didn't know, Meffert's is just like an old Rubik's cube brand. And we're just gonna resize that egg cube so that it looks good there. That looks nice. Looks pretty good. And so now we're gonna get rid of that NFL logo. Just gonna lasso that out. Say bye-bye. And that actually came out pretty good. It still doesn't look that good. And we're gonna add a logo, just a Speed Cheap Shop logo, because I couldn't find any other logo that was like black and white that it would actually look good, and it ended up turning out really good. I really like my decision for that. And we're gonna start shadowing this just so that it looks natural. Otherwise it just looks like I photoshopped it in there, which I did, but make it look a bit nicer. Adding some highlights from the light source. And now we are going to add some shadows onto the trophy itself, because that doesn't look good because we covered up all the shadows from the previous football because that shape doesn't match. And there we go, that looks pretty nice. Actually really like that shadows. And I was going to use that stack mat timer as a background. I don't know why. I didn't really like it. So we're just going to use that same Rubik's Cube pattern from the soccer trophy. Just putting it in there like that, resizing it, and that looks really nice. And now I was gonna put shadows on this, but that was completely pointless, so I cut all of that out because I ended up making it look really shiny, like it's shining because it's a metal trophy, I guess. I was just gonna make it look like it's on the background, but that was a waste of time, I guess. So, wow, that looks really nice. I really like it. It's like shiny, very, very nice. I really like this one. This is actually one of my favorites, so let's get to the next one. Alright, so this is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is from the thumbnail, where he is holding a YJ YEET Ball. And we're just gonna, again, mask that out. So just removing the background so that we can resize it, make it look like the basketball, and it actually looks a lot like a basketball. Now thinking about it a bit more, it's just colorful though. If it was brown, I don't really know how to do colors like that though. Maybe you could color correct it, I don't know. Comment down below if you can do that, if you know if you can do that or not. Alright, and I have fitted it onto the basketball. It looks seamless. You couldn't tell that a basketball was there before, but obviously there was not a basketball there before. And we are going to start adding some shading. So there on the back of the ball, because otherwise it looks really weird, finger shadows, and just some highlights so that it looks better. And this one is my favorite. This is one of my favorites. Just that shadow, the highlights I really like, and it looks really natural. It's like one of the most natural looking ones. So remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.